Well, hello there. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different, and that is my weight loss. So at my heaviest, I used to wear size 20 to 22, and now I wear size 12. So I ended up losing almost 40 kilos. So what spurred me on to lose weight was a mixture of things. I decided to lose weight after I went to my GP talking about some back pains I've been having since I was 15 years old. And it had been, 3 years at that point, and I still was having those really bad back pains. And he basically told me that, my weight is a big factor, that I needed to lose weight first for them to see what they could do. And he said that with the rate I was going, I was probably going to end up with type 2 diabetes, and my mortality rate would increase each year. And I want to live until I see my great-grandchildren. So I was like, okay, I need to lose weight. So at my heaviest, and when I was going through my trials and tribulation, my weight gain, I decided to track how much I ate, and I realized I sometimes would eat for the sake of eating. Let's say my favorite Netflix series had finished. I would go to the kitchen, grab some snack, and just eat. I wouldn't eat at regular meal times. I would just be constantly snacking throughout the whole day. I also did not do any exercise whatsoever. Me, run for that bus that's right there and the bus is going to leave. I'd rather wait for the next one. At the time, what I wish I did do while I was dieting was to not think of it as a diet, but think of it as a healthy lifestyle change. I recorded how much I ate on an app, and I realized I used to eat 2,500 calories a day. And I found out that those calories increased if I was going out to eat with my friends. So I would eat how I normally would have eaten on a normal day, plus added on the extra meal calories I would eat in a day. So that would rake up to almost 2,800 or 3,000 a day. So now I'm going to talk about how I went about trying to lose weight. So during my early days of my dieting, I decided to cut out sugar from my life because, I kid you not, sugar was my best friend. I had to have sugar in every single meal that I ate. In the beginning, first couple of months, I went that way just so I could get myself into the feeling of exercise and trying to curb my cravings for these things that I didn't need. So when I first started out, trying to lose weight, I did eat with about 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day. I know there's controversy about how much calories you should eat in a day, and some people don't even count their calories when they eat. They just try and eat healthily. I would say eat at a calorie deficit for your exercise level. But when I wanted to start toning up and build some muscle, I realized that the amount of calories I was eating at that time wasn't helpful at all. So I did increase my calorie intake to a little bit more to compensate. And I did see a change, and my body was getting more toned. So in the beginning, and this is a don't from me, this is something I do regret doing. And I hope that if you're doing it now, maybe it works for you, but I didn't see it work for me. And I don't see the point in doing it. But I did take diet pills to try and, help me lose weight. Like all this, lose weight in 1 week with this fat loss pill, or try this new detox drink that will make you lose 10 pounds in 10 days. Things like that. Yes, they do work in the short term, but they don't work in the long term. They work in the short term because you are changing your diet, you're changing your intake, and you're changing what you eat. So obviously your body is going to try and get used to it, and you're going to see some sort of weight loss. And that's how they catch people, by saying, oh yeah, you're seeing this weight loss now, but it won't be the same throughout your whole weight loss journey. So my regret was taking all these diet pills. I don't know what they did inside my body. I don't know what problems they cause in my body. There are much healthier alternatives, like healthy foods that could give you practically the same results as you would have if you're taking a diet pill. And it's much cheaper, because these diet pills and diet plans and detox, whatever, they be expensive. They are extortionate prices. They are extracting your money. You're already feeling the need to lose weight and go forth in a healthier lifestyle journey. And that's the first step. So another thing I did was calorie counting. There is a bit of controversy about calorie counting versus non-calorie counting. At the end of the day, it's up to you, and it's what you would like to do and what you feel most comfortable with and what works for you. For me personally, calorie counting did work for me because I ate so much and I wasn't aware of how much I was eating that I needed to count my calories in order to stay focused and stay within my deficit. I really did have a problem with like portion size, and obviously I severely underestimated how many calories something would be. So when I did start in the beginning, it really opened my eyes to see that a lot of foods I thought were healthy were actually not that healthy or like that good for you in terms of trying to keep yourself in check. Now, I didn't just do calorie counting, I did it with serving size. So personally, I think calorie counting and serving size go hand in hand. For example, there could be a snack that's 100 calories, but if by the time you eat 4 of them, that's 400 calories down your throat. Whereas if a serving size is 100 calories, you should eat that serving size of 100 calories. Sometimes I would even eat less than what the serving is. If the serving size of something was 400 calories, I would end up eating half of the serving size, and that's 200 calories. And that also helped me with like my meal planning, because if I knew how many servings something was, it made it easier for me to plan and buy food and incorporate my calorie counting into it. That's what works for me, and that's how I saw the most results. Now, when I first started dieting, I had it in my head that all carbs are bad. I didn't eat rice for a whole year. I didn't eat bread for a whole year. You know, I was like, nope, cutting everything out of my life. Those are all bad for me. I now know better that not all carbs are bad for you. All again about calorie deficit and how much you eat and your portion sizes. I then evolved and I changed my diet, and I realized that, you know, there are good carbs that you can eat as well. For example, quinoa, couscous, brown rice, like brown pasta. And I also made a meal plan. I had this little spreadsheet of the different meals I would eat on the different days, and I could alternate it just so I wouldn't get bored from eating the same thing. Because what happens with a lot of people is that they limit themselves. They only think they can eat a certain type of food, and they get bored and they get hard and then they give up. I know because I did the same thing too in the beginning before I was more educated about my healthy eating and food. So I did have a meal plan, but I didn't have time to meal prep. So as long as I had a plan of what I would eat in a day, it'd be easier to like quickly make the meal. I also did give myself like a cheat meal. Like I wouldn't say I give myself a cheat day, because then that you might be unraveling everything you did that week, and you might go a little bit overboard, which is what I did in the beginning, and just eat unhealthily the whole day. No, what I did is I'd give myself a cheat meal. Maybe I would, you know, buy myself a cheeky little burger once a week, or like have an ice cream, like a McFlurry, and that would be my cheat. I also tried the difference between intermittent fasting and like just eating 3 times a day. A lot of people swear by intermittent fasting, and a lot of people swear by eating 3 times a day, balanced meal a day. I personally didn't see a difference. I did choose to go with intermittent fasting because it was easier for me, because I didn't like eating breakfast in the morning. But again, it's up to you. Whatever works for you, you should stick to it. Another thing that I learned, water is your best friend. Water not only quenches your hunger pangs, it also increases your metabolic rate. It keeps you hydrated. It helps you detox you. Now, there is some back and forth about how much water you should drink. A lot of people say drink 2 liters a day. I see some scientific reports saying that you should drink enough water according to your weight and height and your BMI. I think you should do your research. I personally drink 2.5 liters a day, just because that's how much I drink in the day. Now, I know for those people who don't like water, add a bit of flavor. You can go buy some of the flavored water that are flavored with sweetener, not sugar, and spice up your water intake. Or you can make your own homemade, you know, flavored water with. The next thing I want to talk about is exercise. I've seen quite a few YouTube videos where they're like, oh yeah, I lost so weight and I didn't have to exercise at all. I just did this and that. Good for you. It works for you. Personally, for me, I think there should be some form of exercise going in to your healthy lifestyle. So, as I said before, I hate exercising. I kid you not, in secondary school, when we had cross country, I would find a reason, heaven or hell, to get out of it. So I really understand the pain of some of you out there who really do not like exercise. I do feel like exercise does make a difference. If I'm going to put it this way, your diet is 80% and exercise is 20%. Some people see it as 70% and 30%. Either way, Yes, the diet makes up the bulk of it, but dieting alone will not help you, give you the results you would want. Yes, there will be initial weight loss. However, you know, your body will get used to that diet and you won't see anything else. Whereas exercise, you're constantly burning energy, so you're always constantly at an energy deficit and you will see weight loss. That's why I feel like exercise is so important. So I would definitely recommend exercising and going to the gym. However, there were some days I couldn't go to the gym, so I also developed doing some home exercises. There might be some people who aren't able to go to the gym, so I would suggest home exercises as well. I mean, the gym isn't compulsory. As long as you're doing some form of exercise, that's okay. So when I was at home, sometimes when I couldn't be bothered to go to the gym or I didn't have time, I would do some 30-minute, you know, quick exercise. Another thing about exercise is I do feel cardio is a must, but it's not the only thing. Cardio does increase your heart rate, increases your body temperature, increases your metabolic rate. So it does get you set up for exercise. But the best way to see weight loss and see a change in your physique, if you do want to see a change in your physique, is to be doing strength training. So I would say do cardio to warm up and then finish it off with some strength training. Depending on where you want to work on in your body or what you want to work on, make sure you do your research and make sure you do what works well for you. There are loads of online resources and online YouTube videos, which is what I use anyway, that helped me so much to understand what my body was and what I wanted out of my healthy weight loss journey. And the last thing I'll say that helped me with my weight loss journey is determination. You need to be determined and you need to believe in yourself that you can do these things in order to see a result. And it's not going to be easy. Like, weight loss is not something that happens in 1 day or 10 days like some of these adverts advertise. It's a slow but rewarding process where you will see results eventually. You just have to keep going and keep pushing because the little you're doing is helping you towards your weight loss journey. So now I've talked about what I did to lose weight. I'm now going to talk about what I ate. Now, because it was me and because I knew my eyeballing skills was terrible, and if something said like 100 grams, I would eyeball it and put 200 grams thinking that was 100 grams. So I knew myself and I knew how bad I was at keeping portion size. So I ended up buying a 5 pounds, food scale just to help myself in the beginning, to gauge how many grams something was or what the portion size of something was. So as I said previously, I did have a meal plan. I would have maybe 5 or 6 types of breakfast and I would just pick one that I wanted to eat that day and eat it, or like pick one and, remix it. So I wouldn't get bored of what I was eating. So a typical day that I would eat food would be for breakfast, if I did eat breakfast, it would be oats with almond milk and 2 eggs. And then for lunch, I would have some salad. What I did is I had a different combination of salads for like 4 days a week. And then maybe I'd have like stir-fried couscous, stir-fried quinoa for some of the other days. And I'd always top it up with some rice cake and a fruit. So after I'd come home, I would cook myself something. It'd always be something high in protein and vegetables, and sometimes a bit of carbs. So for example, a dinner would be salmon, a medium-sized sweet potato, and sauteed vegetables. And then to top it off, I might have an apple or some fruit salad or that halo top ice cream that is just sweet, fantastic. I'd have some of that for dessert. Again, it's up to you. As long as it's not preserved food, it's not junk food, it's healthy food. But you also have to remember, even though you're eating clean food, and even though they're all clean, you still have to keep portion size. I would say don't limit yourself, but don't push yourself too hard, because if you push yourself too hard, you may end up like burning out and you give up. So I would say be realistic with your diet, be realistic with what you can do, and build yourself up and build a tolerance. I wouldn't say go dive into the deep end headstrong, but for those who do want to dive in straight into deep end, like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Just be realistic with yourself and with your weight loss journey, and also keep a good mindset, because perseverance, I would say, is the most important part of this weight loss journey. Just keeping yourself positive, even in the bad days, even in the sad days, just keeping yourself positive that you can do this in the future. That, I feel, is one of the best ways of keeping yourself on track and continue with the weight loss journey. that was all for today. That is how I ended up losing almost 40 kilos just with dieting, making sure that what I ate was within my calorie deficit and portion size, exercising. Sometimes I will do home exercises and sometimes I'll go to the gym, and good mindset, persevering, and checking yourself, checking your progress. If you write down your progress, that will also give you the vim to continue, because one thing for me was when I was writing down my progress and I was actually seeing that I was making a change in my weight and changing my lifestyle, that also gave me a bit of a push to continue with my weight loss journey. So I would like to thank you guys today for sticking through this video. I know it's a bit long, and if you liked what I talked about, please do like and subscribe for more content. And I hope that whoever's going through this weight loss journey, I wish you so much luck. I know you can do it. You are going to be great and you're going to see the results you've been hoping for. But that is all for today, guys. But until my next video, keep shining and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Why